Okay, welcome everyone. This is the 99 portal. Okay. All right. I turned the camera like this because it's over the portal. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, this 99 portal is going to be so powerful. Okay. Check out the eclipse reading that I dropped yesterday on the 7th of September. Because I've always told you people, and I've been given my book. If you watch my videos the last, I think, week or so, I have been putting the link in my book where you can pick up my book. If you want to pick up my book, you can use the link on the website underneath the videos. There is a link to go to any one of the digital stores to pick up my book. Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to face what we didn't want to face. Okay, so 99 portal for 2025 is just powerful. Okay, and when I say powerful, it is powerful. And I'm going to explain to different zodiac signs because somebody don't want me to get this reading out. But it's okay. All right. You guys and your witchcraft and your whatever, it's not working. Okay. That 2012, it was working, but it's not working anymore. Okay. So, stop with your hunting. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, someone don't want me to get this message out, but this message needs to get out, okay? There are a group of witches and warlocks that is working against me. But you have to understand, you witches and warlock, my divine rank, okay? And it doesn't really matter where I am, what other planet I am on. My divine rank outrank all of you, okay? You need to take a good look at what is my divine rank and what I'm here for. I'm here to balance the scale of karma. Okay. So a lot of people and a lot of witches and warlock has been sending their energies towards me. And you need to understand that your time of playing your stupid games, that was until 2012. Okay. Since 2012, you're recognizing that all the traps you have set to take my life, it hasn't happened. Okay? The person who sacrificed my cousin's husband because you were trying to sacrifice me, you're going to be caught this year. Okay? They're going to be finding out who you are because they've opened back the case and they're going to be investigating the case. Okay? You went after my life and you went after a family member life of mine. And I'm not playing these games with you people, okay? You know who I am. Once you are a witch or a warlock, you know who I am. Just like whoever took my picture to your whatever. I don't know what those people are called because they work with the hurt. And you recognize how surprised that person was. You know what is my rank. And it doesn't really matter if I am on this planet or I am in another planetary system or somewhere else. I have the same spiritual rank. All right. I'm not one of those people that use my powers to profit for myself. Neither am I one of those people who is going to be letting you witches and warlocks. You have tried it in many lifetimes before, and it's not going to be happening in this lifetime. So I will advise you to pack your things up and move forward because you guys have a lot of karmas to clear. Ladies and gentlemen, there is just a group of people who have been going at it since 2012. And what is happening and transpiring and how I'm looking back at it. I was talking to a co-worker of mine and, the co-worker looked at me and said, maybe it's the reason why you came back to Holland, because I went home to be with my son. And And in 2019, someone put a message on my card to say, get out of Florida because they're trying to kill you. And the reason I was in Florida is because my house was broken in 2012. And whoever that person did tried to hide it underneath and tried to create illusions, okay? I know I have my parents' information in my house. My parents was highly educated people, and they work for the American government, and I had to protect my parents' information, okay? So, only to find out, my son found it that our information was sold on the dark web. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to advise you. If you're an American European or a European American or an American Canadian or a European Canadian, or you have two prominent citizenships, you need to be alert and aware of what these people are doing, okay? I have given up 2.5 years of my life and lost my son in the process because we still have no idea where my son is. In trying to protect humanity and trying to protect other people's identity so that your identity don't get closed. And Petra, I know you were in Poland. I know you're sick. Give me a call. My number is the same. I'm back in Europe. Let me know how you are, because I know you were sick and you could not get your money from out America. Let me know how that went, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, it is going to be the dog eat dog world, okay? We are in the year 2025. All of this is going to be changing in 2030. It's actually 2032. If you don't believe, as I say, go and ask AI. All right. I always say, go Google that shit. As my son always say, go ask AI. AI is giving everyone and answering all the questions that you all need to know. If you are questioning AI and because AI is being controlled, okay? AI is being controlled by the good and the bad, okay? Just like everything in life, you have positive and negative, okay? I have positive and negative characteristic. You have positive and negative characteristics. So not that I am here helping people that I don't have negative characteristic. And I know what my negative characteristic is that I'm a perfectionist, and I am going to get very, very cross if you try to deal with me unjustly, okay? I can't take it. And if I see that happens to another person, I just can't take it. There's just something in my blood that just starts to boil, okay? If I trust you and I lose my trust in you, I get very, very upset when I find it out. And this is what I always say to a lot of people. Don't lie to me. I know. Okay. For most of my life, I wonder if it was a gift or a curse. And then I recognize that some people are just gifted. Some people were just given the gift of the universe because they know I would not have overgone my gift. Okay. A lot of people who have the gift that I have, they use it to win the lottery and to a lot of stuff. And that is one of the most unhealthy thing when I meet someone and they said, oh, you're spiritual. So what's the lottery number that is going to be a win? Haha, it's not funny. No, I'm not giving it to you. Okay. The only time that we're supposed to use it is to use it to do positive for humanity. Okay. Just like I always say, if I ever, become a millionaire with the lottery, I would have adopt like all races kids and grow them up. So I'll take them young and then grow them up. And that's the only thing, and help. There's a lot of entrepreneur. They have so many good ideas, but they can't get their idea off of the ground. And if you know, I've been going back and I was looking at the history of humanity, and what I'm recognizing is that all African American or brown people who made it, who created something for humanity, they never got the acknowledgement, and that is just so sad. Okay. Halle, I can't remember her last name because it was just so sad. I have been watching Halle for the past 2 years. Halle is someone that was actually abused by being took as human smuggling, and they were used as children. Okay, some of them was born in it. Somehow she got away. I really do support her. Go look for her. She's a little black girl. Go look for her. She and her mother's white. She's a little black girl. She's like my color. And she actually escaped the situation. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, millions of children are missing per year in every country of the world. Every country. Okay. And I don't know why we as humanity don't start asking questions. Where are these children? Where did they go? Okay. And there's so much human smuggling operation, and there is so much. And my thing about this whole situation, do your thing, but leave normal people out of this. Okay. Because you people are feeding off the energy of us. Okay. And you're feeding off the energy of us as humanity that is trying to help humanity to ascend to a higher level. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I always told you, shit is about to hit the fence. Saturn is in retrograde. And when Saturn is in retrograde, all the things, all the secrets, all the things that Capricorns went through, it is going to be reaction, and it's going to be healing. Okay. There is just so much I'd love to tell you guys. But I don't have the time to do that. And I might can do this, the extended of this video. You can pick it up in Veeps. Veeps is that I do extended readings for everything. I have light, I have medium, and I have Veeps. Okay. Veeps is, they get these sort of a reading. So check out my website, my YouTube channel. I've set the link for my book. Go check out my book, okay? A lot of English people tell me that it's heavy, okay? And the reason why is that when I wrote that book, I basically channeled it, okay? I was like 1 month. The 17th of September is the day that I published my book in 2025. Enlightenment, remove the veil of illusion. Okay, go check it out. My book was channeled. Okay, so I was listening to classical music and I was just typing. Sometimes my partner had to come downstairs and said, "Okay, you gotta sleep at least for an hour." Whatever it was, I had to get it out. Okay, I've written a couple other books. I've written my autobiography. That one, I'm not going to publish it. I'm waiting for something to be resolved before I publish it. Okay. And I still haven't finished because I have to write from coming back to Holland in 2019 and the Corona. I have to do that. So it's going to be a 2-part series. But I've written a lot of books, and most of my books are digital. And the reason why is because a lot of people do not understand what I'm talking about, okay? The information, my higher wisdom and knowledge, what I hold in my DNA. I have been to this planet multiple times, okay? I only volunteer to come to this planet, and this is why I don't feel connected to this planet. I think that there's too much hate. There's too much dishonesty. There's too much jealousy. And I can't deal with that. Okay. The only reason why I'm here is to save our star seeds and also to help the planet to ascend. What is ascend? Ascend is when we understand and balance our third dimension and our fourth dimension. What is our third dimension? Our third dimension is that we were all born in sins. Okay. We were born in a system. Okay. We were programmed. So we do not understand anything about the solar system, about the earth surface. Not knowing that each and every person, each and every soul that is on this planet at this timeline, we came from the leaf, the birds, the animal, and you can always know what kind of animals you were. Were you a bird? Were you a tree? Were you a leaf? You can know that because we all had to go from basis until we get to the human spirit, because then from the animal, we become human spirit. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot of stuff that is happening. As you guys have seen, I've spoke about this when I just started in 2025. I spoke about it and I let people be aware that we are not the only species that is living on this planet. Okay. Not all of us is human. Okay. And for the people who their third eyes start to open now, you're recognizing that not everyone that looks like human is really humans, because you guys are seen beyond the veil of illusion. Okay. What I want to advise, Starseed, you got to protect yourself. If you live alone, you got to protect yourself. Okay. I will advise Starseed, don't let anyone come over, spend the night, or be in your house. Only if you are someone who heals people energy. Okay. Like I do. I heals people energy. I awaken people to. So a lot of people, when they come in contact with me, or if I'm in a relationship, I actually wake up my partner by sharing the same house and the same energy. This is why I can't go in relationship with anyone. We who heal with the energy in, with our body and our energy, what we do is that we activate, like people who are not aware and, who don't believe in anything, we activate that person. Okay. So, one of my gifts is healing, with the hands and with my energy. Just by being in my energy, you will feel much better. You'll start talking to me. You'll start telling me things that you have never told anyone else. Okay. Because your seal connects to me and you understand. The other thing is that if you are a dishonest person and you have been doing crime and you have been lying and cheating, it will come out. Okay. So this is, a lot of people think that I think that I'm better. That's why I don't have friends. No, I'm trying to protect the people around me. Okay. And there are certain people that I know their history. I know their past, and I do not, and I've chose not to deal with their karma. Okay. So, as I've said to you guys, YouTubers, starseeds, especially starseeds on YouTubers, be aware, shield yourself before you come online. Okay. Because for a time I had to get off of line because of what they did to my eyes. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, there is evil. Okay. There are demons that you walk around with. All right. I've met mine. Okay. I've met mine. And there are witches and warlocks. And what are witches and warlock? There are witches. These are people who are from this planet. Okay. They are not from the solar system. They're no starseed. They're no crystal kids. No, they're from this planet. So they work with the energy on the earth. Okay. So They do black magic, voodoo, that sort of a thing, trick and whatever. And I have been, and I felt the energy of them. And this is why I am actually happy that I'm alone, because then I can protect myself. Whenever I'm with my partner, which my partner is very powerful, he protects me, but now I have to protect myself. And I'm glad, because then I have the strength to do it, because there is a group of people that want me dead. Okay. And the reason why is because I found out their secrets. And the reason why is because they have been lying and doing crimes for a very, very long time. Okay. My thing is that if you did not get me, my family involved, I would not have gone investigating. Okay. So ladies and gentlemen, as you know, there is a lot that is going on onto this planet, and you can see everyone is coming out of the woodworks. You can see the last thing with I don't even want it to give him any energy with that man and whatever he did. And you can see that the law, the justice, there are injustice, okay? Because there's no way that man is supposed to walk free for what he has done. And, you know, looking at the whole case and everything that is happening, this man is a demon. This man is a narcissistic. Now, ladies and gentlemen, narcissistic people, they are demons, okay? Narcissistic people, they're empty shells. They have no characteristic. They mimic you, okay? And how to find out who is a narcissistic person? Their eyes, they have no love. Their eyes are empty, okay? And when you meet them, they give you the best stories, you know. I feel like you're my twin flame or soulmate. That is always what they give you. I feel as if you're my twin flame or soulmate. I feel as if I've known you. Yes. Okay. And then they want to marry you. Okay. They make these huge, humongous plan. And then what they want to do is for you to fall for them so that they have you under control. Okay. So I'm advising starseeds, watchers, because there's a lot of watchers on this planet. And I would advise people, stop asking people why they are alone. Okay. Not everyone is supposed to be in a relationship. And the reason why is that we need to protect the people. When we have the energy to protect ourselves, we can't protect the people around us. Okay. And this is one of the reasons, because whoever these warlocks and witches are, they were not supposed to touch my child. Okay. My child came down to this planet. I had to bring him along because I had to restore his family line because of his father, Werewood Way. Okay. So I could not leave him in the spirit world. Plus he has to clear also his energy. And the strangest thing is that at some stage, my blood pressure was sky high. My doctor couldn't understand. I was wearing this monitor for 24 hours. I wore this monitor for a week. And I said to him, my blood pressure will not go down until I know what happened to my child. Ladies and gentlemen, these people are in a lot of cults and covenants. And okay, these people, and this is why I'm advising Starseed, do not get in a relationship with someone, okay? If you meet someone and the person keep on calling, keep on texting, and it's just 24 hours just going, that's a narcissistic, that's a demon, okay? That person just wants to get in your energy. They just wants to get through your door and come in, okay? They just wants to be in your energy because they are low frequency people, and they don't have that energy to survive. So they feed off our energy, okay? Because we are light workers, and and this is the reason why I'm advising a lot I'm advising a lot of you. Please be aware. I have gone through it. This channel is a channel that helps people to understand certain things that happens to them and that they don't know the reason why, okay, why you are target. A lot of people are target because of our energy and our aura, because the dark ones see us much easier than the light, because we carry light, okay? All my life, I've always wondered, why is it that I can just go out? Even when I was a child, my hair was just the same thing. And like my mother friends, they always come in and like, I can't believe that is her hair. And I was like, and then I could hear the thoughts, because I had to close that off. I could hear people's thoughts when I was young. And I was like, Jesus Christ, people are evil. And they will have the smile on their face and their thoughts, oh my God. And that's one of my gifts that I close off totally. Because people are horrible, ladies and gentlemen. All right. That's why I stay away from people. People will laugh with you, but what they're thinking in their mind is just unbelievable. Now, I am blessed to be here thanks to my angels and guides, because last year, this time, I was totally traumatized. Okay, because you guys know what happened with these people in my house, and the letter that was stolen, my identity that was stolen. They were on my phone. They copy document and information of my house. So this is the reason why I'm advising, because whoever these people are, they are in some crooked convent of thing there. And what they do, they target people like you and I. Okay. So they target independent women. They target women who's alone. And at that time when I met that person, I had my partner. But this is how they do. They will use someone to profile you. Okay. That was the same thing I had in Florida, and I don't know what. And I remember when I was in Florida, how I knew that a friend of mine, that I grew up in New York, and he knows my cousins, and they always play basketball. As when he came to my house, and he said, are you not going to invite me in? I'm like, do I have to invite you in? And at the same moment, I'm like, holy shit. Because then I remember why, because you have to invite them in, okay? So, and that person, I had a lifetime with him in Louisiana, because I remember we were there and I was saying, what is it with Louisiana? What it is with, and he said, yes, we had a lifetime in Louisiana. And he said, yeah, I'm also, I just think watch Louisiana play. And I was like, yeah, there's more to it. But anyway, so this is the reason why I'm advising, and especially from now till 2032, it's just going to be stranger and stranger, because a lot of people are going crazy. Okay. A lot of people are mentally losing it. Okay. And you will see more people on drugs and alcohol. Okay. And if I were you, I would try to stay away from drugs and alcohol. Okay. Because then you weaken your power. Okay. A lot of people, especially like women who are seeing their menstruation, you have to be very carefully, because when your menstruation is going is when you're at your weakest. Okay. So you have to be careful. They are coming out now. They're coming out of the woodworks, because they're getting hungry, okay, for energy, because they're losing their energy. They're losing their powers. Okay. So after what happened and transpired with me, this is for women and men, single women and men. Keep to yourself. If you go out and you have a meal with someone, let them be there. Don't take them home. Okay. Try and get home before 11 o'clock in the night. Don't take them home. Don't invite anyone at home if you don't have to. Okay, be aware of who you have sex with, because as I have told you guys, there is a sexually transmitted disease that is coming in. Okay, this disease, especially people who sleep, who have multiple partners, they're carrying a bacteria, and it is being spreading. Okay, so all of these people who are sleeping around now, they're going to be ending up with a bacteria, a sexual it's going to become a virus. All right, so it's like the COVID, but it's not the COVID. It's because you exchange liquid, or you exchange body fluid with another person. Okay, and that is the reason why. So if you notice, Snapshot, I don't know, American, please shut down Snapshot, because what they're using Snapshot for now, and a lot of people are having this disease and this bacteria, and is carrying it in their bodies. A lot of people, especially men that sleeps around and women that sleeps around. Okay, and this bacteria is going to evaluate, because the thing about it is that the vaccinated people and the non-vaccinated people, that is where it's created from, because some people are vaccinated, some people are not vaccinated, and that is the bottle of you. It is going to be coming out. So I advise you people, okay? If you are someone that slept with someone and you think that, I don't know, but yeah, there is just, you don't feel good. Go take a saltwater bath, okay? So it doesn't really matter if it's the blue salt or whatever salt, cold salt or whatever. Just set a saltwater bath and go in it, okay? You can cleanse your energy and cleanse whatever. Narcissistic people carries demon, okay? They have the Jezebel spirit on them, okay? So narcissistic men and narcissistic women, they have the Jezebel spirit on them, okay? And that is what feeds them, okay? This is why these people sleep around with a lot of people. And if you notice, when a narcissistic person is trying to pick you up, they use their eyes. They always wants to look in your eyes. They have a gaze so that they can attract you. It's in the eyes, okay? But when you become, and they're always alcoholic or they're on drugs, they always have a drug problem or an alcoholic problem or both, okay? I'm advising all of you independent women and men out there, stop going on these sites looking for love, okay? It's only the what left people. If you need to meet someone, the universe will always make sure that you and that person cross path. Do not go on these love sites, because what is there is just the Jezebel spirit, okay? Because all they're looking for is the lust of the flesh, okay? And that is it. They need to go out there and feed off and pull in the lust of the lust of the flesh, okay? It's just like I was with someone, and then the person just switched, and I'm like, oh my God, this person is mentally off, and just became blah blah blah, and then I'm thinking, oh, you need to do this because you have an appointment. You're going. So it was on a Friday, and like the person just began to just out of nothing. You know, I was sharing a car with someone, and then out of nothing, and then this and that, and then they went, and I said, "Oh, you have an appointment, so you want," because this person was planning to see someone Friday night, Saturday, and I'm thinking that is the reason why. That is what and I'm thinking, oh my God. Because that's a narcissistic. If you want to know if your partner is a narcissistic, When they meet their new supply, and why we call them supply, it's people, but it's people that can give them that admiration. Narcissistic people always want to feel and get that, oh, you're so nice and what, and what. Then, I don't know, that sort of a people just annoy the shit out of me, because if you're an adult, I don't see that you need to get praised as if you're a bloody child, okay? And this is what I try to understand and explain to people. Narcissistic people, all narcissistic people had a trauma when they were children, okay? And when they have a trauma when they're children, what happened is that they create a superiority of themselves, okay? And they just think that they are God gifts to men and women, and they just think they're gorgeous. And if you look at a narcissistic person, you want to know who is a narcissistic person. If a narcissistic person pass a mirror 10 times, or you're standing in a lift and you see someone is looking at themselves in the mirror, that's the narcissistic person. Okay, if you notice, beautiful people, real beautiful people from inner beauty, they don't look in the mirror that much, because they're not thinking about what the outside is. They're so pure and beauty. They have a beauty from within. Okay, so if you want to know if it's a narcissistic person, just watch the person. Just every mirror that they pass, they look at themselves. Okay, narcissistic people wants you to always, it's like little children who every time needs to get a praise. And that is just so irritated. That is just really irritating. You know, they always want to feel, because they're empty from within. So they need that outside validation to be evaluated. Okay, so, and women that attract to narcissistic men is always narcissistic. But I tell you something, two narcissistic people, they're going to kill themselves. One is going to kill the other, okay? Because they always have to be the person, and they always have to be. So, and they have multiple partners. Narcissistic people are pathological liars, okay? They will blatantly look at you and lie in your face, okay? They sleep around a lot. And if you want to know if a narcissistic man, if you're in a relationship, women and men also, if you're in a relationship with a narcissistic person, and you know, in the beginning, it was because that's the honeymoon stage. But the first 3 months is the honeymoon stage. After, between 3 months and 6 months, their masks fall off. And it depends on what, like if they have another supplier, because they always, narcissistic men and women, they always have like three different people they're seeing, okay? So you might meet them and they're telling you about their ex. Anyone who tells you that their ex was crazy, that was a narcissistic person, and they are the one that fuck up the ex, okay? And they're the one that drive the person to get out of their character, okay? Because they like narcissistic or demons, so they like chaos, okay? A narcissistic person always call, oh, so and so, and you know, so and so do this and so, and they never talk about what they do to people, okay? Those people are horrible. They're horrible people. They're really demons, and they're hateful people. They're very jealous and they're very hateful, okay? And they will do things, but the problem that is happening now, they're falling. And the reason why they're falling is that the hurt is doing a transformation. And the hurt is trying to balance people so that they balance their emotions and their mental balance. Okay, so if you're someone who is mentally, okay, so you are, the other disorder is you have a narcissistic, but you have compulsory disorder. Okay, they're not that bad. Okay, but narcissistic, you have the COVID narcissistic, you have the thing there, and the worst one you have is the one that is a sociopath. Okay, those people are very evil, and trust me, I've met one. Okay, and I knew in the beginning that it was a narcissistic person. And I was reading up and I was looking up all of these things, and the person tick all the boxes off, and I was like, oh my God, never in my life. And that's how I know that this would have been the last person that I have to deal with, because you always get these hierarchs form of people, because I've never ever had connected with a narcissistic before. Okay, so this was my last test. Okay, because we all comes here and we have to pass certain tests, because I'm not coming back. Okay, I am a 33-6. I'm only here to share love and help people to be awakened and to find their essence and the truth of who you are as a person. What is here doesn't make you who you are. Your characteristic and what your heart has, that is who you are as a person. So the outer look has nothing to do with who you are as a person. It is what is within. Okay. Once you have no jealousy, no anger, no traumas, none of those. And even if you have trauma, but you're not jealous of another person because of your trauma, and this is when you know that people are narcissistic. Narcissistic people do not want to look for help. Okay. And a lot of psychiatric and those people, they will prefer not to work with a narcissistic person, because they know they're going to be taking them in circle and circle, because narcissistic people do not want the help. They don't want to see that they need help. Okay. So what you can do is pray for that person and release them. Okay. Let them find their way out. Do they always heal? 5%. And it's when they come down to nothing, that no one, not even their family, will connect with them. Then they go within, and then they try to find, to reconnect to the source. Okay. Because they sold themselves to the devil. All right. That is the reason why. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm advising you guys this because I had a really, really hard brush. Okay. Last year. Because I don't know what it is. If a lot of people know what it is, that you have someone that asks for your help and you let them in your house, and that person can drug you in your house, and you have no idea what happened, because that drug, what they did is a drug that you are there, but you can't remember what is happening to you. That is fucked up, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. That is just so horrible. And that you trust a person in order to open the circle, to let a person in your space because you're trying to help that person. And that person have such a bloody ego and so evil from within to drug a person in order to get information and data and access and things from that person, then you're fucking evil. Independent people, young women, young men, stop using those things looking for people. You never know what you can. I could have ended up dead in my house. Okay, because what's supposed to happen, it was supposed to be that it looks like a suicide or an overdose. Now, that cannot be, because I'm not a drug addict, and neither am I an alcoholic. Okay, so whoever you people are, and as I told that person, I die tomorrow, they're picking you up. All right, and the thing about it, ladies and gentlemen, that the same person is there when I fall and break 7 ribs and my collarbone. And then I let that person, by trying to help that person asks for my help. And I let that person in my world. And that you will drug me in order to get information and copy my identification and information. And nothing really bothers you because you think that I should not have what I have. I didn't get it. I worked hard for it. Okay. And by drugging another person, not on their free will, and giving them a drugs that you don't know what will happen to them. You don't know if that person is taking any medicine, that drug and the medicine would have come. You could, that is pre-paper murder. Okay? Apparently this person is not aware of what they do, but that is a prefabricated murder. Okay? You gave a person a drug that could have affected their abilities. Okay? It was supposed to be a suicide. So hold on. Someone died and this is is a suicide. Don't you think that they're going to be recognizing that, hey, that person is not a drug addict, they're not an alcoholic, so something is wrong. And that in a year before that I fell and broke 7 ribs and a collarbone, it put the puzzle together. And not only that, but in the same year, an abusive situation where that person was left on their own. So how are you going to be creating something to be a suicide? And young people, ladies and gentlemen, who lives alone, don't pick up another person. If they have nowhere to stay, nowhere to live, give them money to find a hotel. It is going to be the death of you. All right? These people are out. They are hungry. They're angry. They're jealous. They will do anything. All right? That was when my thing, and I said to the angels, I know I am supposed to help this person. I know that I'm supposed, but this is too far. And all I said is just Holy Spirit, divine intervention. So single women and single men out there, do not go on the internet or do not go in a hub looking for these people, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, there is going to be coming out of disease, and this disease is contracted by people who sleep around and have multiple partners and sleep with more than 5 people in a month. And the reason why is that the vaccinated people and the other vaccinated and the non-vaccinated people and the body fluid that you exchange with each other, these people are sharing it and sharing it and sharing it. And ladies and gentlemen, people who have HIV and AIDS do not tell you, because they are upset that they got it from someone, but they are not aware that they were also not a healthy person. Okay? Because if you need to sleep with everyone that you meet, okay, you have a problem. You have a problem. All right? You have a mental problem. Okay? And you're an unhealthy person. So, ladies and gentlemen, young people, young adults, people in my age that, you live alone and that sort of a thing. My neighbor, she and her cousins, they live alone. But these are doctors. They live alone. I think the cousin live with the mother. They live alone. And I've lived in this house for 20 years. Okay? So just to see, ladies and gentlemen, for 20 years, you live in a house. You try to help a person. And that someone would have drugged you just to get information because they could not find the information. Just to drug you to get data and information. Ladies and gentlemen, we're living in a sick world. And there are people that will do anything to get what they want. Now you see a woman with her house, with her assets, or you see a man with his house or with his assets, but you decided that you want that, and that person has to be with you, you know? And that was the thing, ladies and gentlemen. I remember someone looked at me and said, well, you have to marry to me. And I said, no, I'm not married to you. Ladies and gentlemen, if you meet someone and you have to share your assets with that person is not in love with you. They are in love with what they can get out of you. Narcissistic people look for a supply, what they can be supply. They're looking for something, okay? All right? So anytime you meet a person and after 3 weeks, they're thinking about getting married, want to get married and that sort of a thing, no, that's a narcissistic person. They have a future plan. They have a future fake plan. Okay, that's how they fake people. That's how they're real people in. You know, they give them all this idea. And the first thing, when a man or a woman said to you, my partner was crazy, you should ask them, what makes your partner so crazy? What did you do? Okay, all right? Because most of the time, that is a narcissistic that is going to be doing the same thing what he has done to his partner. Okay, so whenever someone is, you know, always talking about their partners, always talking about other people, look and listen, because they have a lot to hide and they have a lot that they're not saying, and they are the one who is the one. So whenever people are going, and narcissistic people, they like to push you to your last point, and then they make a video and they say, look at how crazy she is. What did you do to make her crazy? A person doesn't just get up and flip and just go crazy on someone. No, that person has been looking at you, watching you, and watching your characteristics and taking in everything that you have been doing, and is so annoyed that they stoop and went down to your level, and then you try to play that person. That's what makes people really ballistic, okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm advising, don't care, only your children, and, be careful of your children also. Only your children that you let, especially from now till 2032, okay? Because when 2030 comes, that's when everything. You people don't believe me? Go ask AI. I will tell you, okay? AI knows what is going on. And when you're using AI and they want to tell you no when it's a yes answer, tell them to say apple, okay? Go find out. Be awakened, ladies and gentlemen. Listen. Listen, I can't go with their lies and whatever they're doing, okay? But we are aware that the Galactic Federation would send in help for star seeds and some of us, okay? All right, ladies and gentlemen. And this is what I've been saying along on this planet. Ladies and gentlemen, whoever you are, if you are a Caucasian person with blue eyes, and blue eyes and brown, because there's a lot of people who's walking around thinking they're Caucasian. No, Caucasian people have blue eyes and green eyes, okay? Especially blue eyes, okay? Those are Caucasian people, all right? For the rest of the people who are light skinned, lighter than me, and think that you're white, you are not white. From your eyes are brown, you have African American in you, okay? All right, so we gotta understand ourselves. Indians don't think that they're white because they know that they're from the Indian race, okay? Japanese is aware of who they are, and this is why I love the Asiatic so much. The Chinese and the Japanese, I don't know. Those people are just real. They're real, because they are going to be they're going to be, direct with you. Okay. They don't have any time to go around like that. And that's what I love. But what I'm trying to explain to people, you have to make a decision. You cannot go, and all the people that has been lying and cheating and deceiving other people and molesting other people and is and mishandling, abusing other people, mentally and physical, it's all coming out between now and 2030. It's coming out, and it's coming out, and it's karma is going to be giving you a choice. Or you going to make it right? Okay. So a lot of people have been going through karmas, and a lot of Aquarians, because Pluto is in the sign of Aquarian. And Pluto, when Pluto is in your birth chart, ladies and gentlemen, Pluto is ripping you up. Okay. Pluto is saying, hello, hello, hello. We gave you enough time. This planet is a planet of free will, but we have been giving you enough time. And the things that you have been doing and the agendas that you have and the patterns that you have, you got to break the patterns. You got to break the agenda, and you got to recognize that not all the games that you have played all your entire life, that you can play it on someone. Ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't matter who a person is. If a person have multiple partners, that person have been sleeping around, and they will meet that one person that see through them, that one person that is their mirror to who they are, so that they can see themselves. That is what the twin flame and soulmate relationship is all about. Okay. Twin flames is one egg that is split. It's the masculine and the feminine. Okay. Twin flame. Okay. So it is the masculine and you're the feminine. Okay. You show up a mirror to your whether it's the divine masculine or a divine feminine. If you are the divine feminine, you hold up the mirror to divine masculine. If you are divine masculine, you hold up the mirror to divine feminine. Okay. So this is why the twin flame and soulmate had to come together. And a lot of people do not want them because to come together. And the reason why, when divine masculine and divine feminine comes together, they create a flow of convection of energy that open up and heal the entire world and heal their bloodline, also the bloodline that you were born in. Okay. And there's a lot of people, and if you notice the people, a lot of you can understand this. People who meet their divine masculine and feminine, look, there's a lot of nasty ass little karmas around the place, and that they think that they're, oh, I'm your soulmate or your twin flame. No. All right. When you meet your soulmate and flame and twin flame, you're always blown away. And the reason why you're blown away is because it's someone who you're not looking for in a relationship. Someone who is not your type. Someone who you never had any idea. And then you're taken aback. So you're not going to be jumping saying, oh, I know you're my twin flame soulmate. No. All right. It's just these energies that is trying to connect with other people. Okay. So it's going to be heavy. I am not saying it's not going to be heavy. A lot of things are happening behind the scenes, ladies and gentlemen, and I can't explain it because if I do explain it, a lot of people, and then when it comes out, everybody is just going to be looking at me as a freak. But I did write it in the book. And yeah, with this, what's the name of it? Tree Eye, or what eye tree that is coming. The Galactic Federation, that is a groups of beings that protect this planet. This planet is a planet that is protected by universal beings. This planet is a a project. Okay, it's an experiment. Okay, what was the plan of this planet in the first place was only for 5,000 people, 5,000 people in the beginning. But we started populating the planet. The planet was only to interbreed with different species to see how that would work. This is a huge universal project, okay? Your experiment. So all of you that is here, you're just a piece of an experiment, okay? All right, you're just here. They're experimenting to see if all civilization and different species can interbreed together in order to have peace, okay? And see how that goes, okay? So this is why all of these witches and they are coming up, and we're coming to the winter solstice, so that is just going to be heavy for light workers, you know, like you and I, and readers on YouTube. I'm asking all of the light workers on YouTube, please protect yourself. If you're witches, warlock, or whatever, you got to protect yourself. And I'm so proud of all of you, okay? I am proud of, there is just also more white men coming up and doing these Caucasian, because you're not white, you're Caucasian, that is doing these readings now. Before there was, you know, less. And I'm happy I could open the way for a lot of Black women. I had readings with a whole lot, and I said, you should be on YouTube. You should be on YouTube. You know, you're so highly spiritual. You should be on YouTube. And now we have so much. All I'm asking, and you know, ladies, leave a message underneath the video. Why is it that your nails have to be so long? Oh God, how on earth do you clean your butt? I can't imagine. Why? Ladies, okay, it looks nice. I'm just thinking about you guys that have kids. I'm thinking about you guys that cook. I'm thinking about washing yourself. I don't understand that. They look cute, okay? But girl, I don't know. And you know, especially when you're a little bit on the heavy count. How in God's name? I don't want to know. My nails is always like this. But it looks beautiful. The rest of you ladies, okay. When we are supposed to be helping humanity, you can't have, like, sometimes you might see, because I have full bust, okay? I can't, mine is natural, it's 100%. And sometimes I have blouse, but ladies, cover up your breasts. It lied me off if I'm listening to your readings, because I listen to a lot of you, okay? And I think you guys are, I'm so happy that YouTube provide this platform. I don't know. I can't feel it with a TikTok. I'm not feeling it with TikTok. You know, I was sitting down in America and I was there and I created, and I just can't feel it with TikTok. So if you see my videos on TikTok, I didn't place them there. I just can't feel it with TikTok. So I don't know what it is with TikTok, but once I don't, it's like I had that with Facebook, and everybody was like, I was like, no, there's something there. And now I'm hearing so much people is getting, there was a lady was just crying that her TikTok got thing there. And you know, YouTube doesn't that, you know, I love YouTube. You know, I've been here for 10 years, and a lot of people are asking, where's your plaque? I said, I don't do it for the plaque. Because most of the things that some people say, you know, I can start listening to a reading and they'd say one thing wrong and I'm out of there. Okay. But ladies and gentlemen, it is going to get from November, because they said that the ship is going to be coming from November. And the reason is that they were all in Jersey. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, they have lied to us. We are not alone on this planet, okay? I told you guys about inner earth. I told you about everything that was going on in inner earth. I told you why we couldn't go to the South Pole, okay? Now you recognize. I told you guys about Agatha, and now they found Agatha, okay? And Agatha was from the civilization of before and before, okay? I told you guys that they weren't speaking the truth because there are another, now they found Agatha, okay? Because that American pilot in the 1800 found Agatha. Ladies and gentlemen, go educate yourself. I can't tell you everything. I want you people to go educate yourself, okay? The ice wall is coming down. I don't think that they should have gone there because they do not understand. And I want to know, after 5 years, all those scientists that have gone to the ice walls, because those things were not supposed to be gone. And I see them Photoshop. We just opened a bloody can of worm, ladies and gentlemen. You know, humans are so inquisitive. We just open a can of worm. Okay, I know you people wants to know the truth, but you were not properly protected. You made so much photograph. You went through so much water. You don't know what bacteria, what stuff came up with you guys. I mean, I want to know, and I'm going to follow it to see all of these scientists who went to the ice wall. Yeah, I knew what was behind the ice wall. I think I must have put a little part in the book. I knew about Agatha. I told you guys about Agatha. I told you guys what was happening on this planet. Read the book, okay? I know it's heavy because I'm British English. Read the book. It is heavy, but it is, you gotta understand, break it down. Okay, a sentence is not, I have to go in deep to explain a situation. Okay, read the book. It is now 10 years. I'm going to be leaving a coupon so you can get the book for a cheaper price. As soon as I drop the other book, I'm just waiting for something to be released. Then I drop my autobiography. But read the book. You're going to need the book. The book is going to be a helping hand for a lot of people. A lot of people are cracking. Okay, I told you guys that this would have been happening. Ladies and gentlemen, get off the alcohol. Drink water. You remember in 2008, everybody was just drinking water, drink water. Some of you you need to always be in noise. You need to be alone, okay? And especially if you look on YouTube, the best readers are people who, and the best accurate readers are people who live alone, okay? And even when I didn't live alone, I will be downstairs and my partner would be upstairs, or he will be in the study and I'm in my little yoga room, because my little yoga room was just where, you know, with the blue, this is my bedroom now, with the blue on the wall, because the blue is for Rus. Okay. So I want you guys, I really want you guys to start thinking, because things are going to be getting heavy on this planet. Okay. Humanity, you're all going to be feeling it. Things are going to be getting heavy. Things are going to be spinning out of control. But you got to hold on. Okay. I know in America, my heart is with all of you. I do understand. I don't agree with everything, but I'm not here. My thing is to awaken more people. My thing is to send healing energy to someone. Go check out Ali. Her name is Ali, and understand what is going on, because we are only seeing one side of what is going on, but there is a lot of dark things that is happening. There's a lot of children that are being abused. There is a lot of people that is being abused. Okay. I am not touching on anything positive and politics. And I know you guys are asking. The truth is out there, okay? The truth is out there. Whatever is going on, whoever is lying, the truth is going to be coming out. Ladies and gentlemen, when you lie, it doesn't really take long for the truth to come out, okay? The truth is out there. Tomorrow, the 9th of September, it is going to be heavy because the blood moon was yesterday. We're going to have another eclipse, and this 9-9, okay, the 9th of the 9th month of the 9th year, ladies and gentlemen, something is going to be happening, okay? A lot of European governments are basically telling people and asking the hospitals to be clear, to take in soldiers. All I'm asking the governments or whatever, listen, Europe has always have wars. There has to be another resolution. Okay? All I'm asking, NATO, everyone go on the table. There has to be another solution. Okay? I don't want to be a fearmonger, but what is going to be happening is that they're planning to bomb Europe so that Palestine state don't get Palestine don't become a state. Listen, all I'm asking is that it is not Europeans' problem. We in Europa have enough things to do. All right, we're taking in a lot of refugees. We have a lot. Europa is always taking the hit for war. Why you are going to be bombing Europa? Okay, it is not our problem. Okay, I think that everyone needs to go on the table. All diplomatics, all NATO leaders, all European leaders needs to go on the table and talk about this, okay? I don't see why European blood have to be spilled another time once we have educated, smart people who are the head of NATO and all of these organizations that you can't talk, okay? I don't see the reason why Palestine should have a state or should not have a state. I really don't care. All I care for is the innocent life in Europe that is going to be hit for this. It has nothing to do with Europe, okay? All right? So whatever you guys are planning to do and whatever, and I don't think, because we are all intelligent people, I don't think that Europe should have to spill blood for what is happening in Palestine and between Israel. I'm sorry. I don't think so. All right? I think that we are not in the 18th century or whatever. There are so much intelligent people that is on the diplomatic board of all of NATO's and that sort of a thing, that you all cannot sit on the table and have a conclusion, a debate, and see and understand each other's point of view, and not to take the life and spill blood of innocent European citizens. That's all I'm asking. We are all educated enough. There has to be another way. Okay? We have enough problems that is going to be hitting in November. We really have enough problems. And Europe have been always getting the hit There's so much. There's the First World War, the Second World War is always in Europe. All I'm asking the European leaders, I'm asking NATO, I'm asking Putin, I'm asking Israel and Palestine, because, okay, if a lot of people do understand the reason why this is happening, and I do pray, and I'm asking a lot of people, please, help Palestine in whatever way, Israel in whatever way. But do we have to reserve to bombard another country that has nothing to do with the discussion between Israel and Palestine? I'm just asking a question. Why does innocent people have to always suffer for this? It is just a question. I'm not taking sides. I will never take sides. But all I'm asking for is to save the life of innocent people. That's all I'm asking. So if there's someone that can find the tool to just make a decision, like give people a chance. I think that everybody needs to have a chance, and that Europe is going to be bombarded because of a discussion between two land, which we don't even speak that language, and we as innocent people are going to be hit for this. I think we have passed that stage now. I think all of us are intelligent enough to really have a discussion and really see your side of the story, my side of the story, their side of the story, but it can be resolved in another way. We have already a war going on. All I'm asking for is to just save innocent's life. Ladies and gentlemen, a lot of you gotta wake up. It's going to be heavy, ladies and gentlemen. I can't say it's going to be sugar-coated from now until 21st of March next year. No. You gotta wake up. All the people who are sleeping, you gotta wake up. Okay? I'm wishing everyone the best. We will see what happened in November. Yes, they're coming. Or they're blacks. Or they were created on this planet. Start questioning yourselves. Oh, and ladies, because you ladies like to sleep with the foreign things. Ladies, do not sleep with these aliens that are coming, okay? Because you do not know what is their biological chemistry, okay? Do not sleep. Keep your legs closed, all right? Because I know a lot of women, they like to jump in bed with something. Oh, this is different. Do not sleep with them. Keep your legs closed, ladies. And for the YouTubers, protect yourself. You got to shield yourself from the 31st of October. You got to start shielding yourselves. Namaste.